Welcome, welcome, welcome back, everyone, to our Petty King of Cornwall game. We are about to start a little bit of a tournament here. We are in France. We are at a Recital tournament. There's no reason to wait. Let's just get started. I think that I am going to go to the temple first. I think. Yeah, temple first. Let's try to see if we can... Oh, we need the piety. So we're going to take the piety because we need piety. We need piety a lot. We need it. And the next one that comes up, I'm probably going to go to the tourney grounds just to try to get myself qualified. I'm not sure that I can win this, but, you know, I can at least make a good showing, right? Okay. This will give me the Hospitaller trait. I don't know if do I just want to, like, I probably get the trait anyway, right? But this will give some experience to my knights. And it'll give them experience in horse and stuff that we're not actually doing here, although there's the wit one at the bottom there. That's probably better. I think we're gonna do... this. Okay, so we will probably qualify, which was the hope. I think we can actually do okay in this. We're not terrible, you know? We're not terrible. Our diplomacy could be better if we wanted to do this regularly, but we got good learning, you know? Yeah. Let's see. This is where we meet other contestants. Go to the village. I think we're gonna go to the artisan quarters. Browsing the wares on display in the tailor's shop, I spy a carefully wrapped package among the piles of garments and sundries. The tailor happily opens it for me, carefully untying the leather bindings to reveal an exquisitely embroidered crest. The Witch Aeron quest. Exquisite crest. Gives us renown. I think we're gonna do this, even though we can't afford any of these. I think we're just gonna get ourselves our own crest and accept the fact that we have no money. It's not the greatest. It's almost time to begin. It's almost time to begin. We don't even have betting money because of that event. It's time to show my world the skill. I can't place a bet because I have no money. Another verse done, another smash hit with the crowd. I'm very much enjoying myself, and the noisy appreciation of the mob only lifts my spirits higher. As I take in some applause after a particularly witty line, I can see one of my opponents, Herloon, rehearsing his lines with something of a scowl on his face. A further burst of ovation confirms my suspicion. He is clearly less than happy with the reception I'm getting. Well then, perhaps my abhorrent ogre needs a line prepared especially for him. If God himself were here, he would surely say, "Beating Herloon at this is child's play." Yes. It's not really time to be nice, it's time to win. A lame limerick. I let out a triumphant sigh as I complete the final verse of my recital. I am ready for the thundering applause of my audience, only to find the tourney ground silent, save for the whistling wind through the trees. This is a disaster, but perhaps this situation can be rectified with a new poem composed and recited on the fly. I have one more. Night begins to fall on the scene, but torches light the competition as it continues. I talk to myself under my breath, readying my lips for the next round as I reminisce about the happenings so far. Like when I step forward to take my turn ascending the steps to the dais. It's time for the final verse. We're looking for... I mean, that's diplomacy and learning, which is what we're actually best at. So we'll put that in. One last verse. Don't think there's much chance we're gonna win this. I mean, we did though. I won. I actually won. Well, that makes up for the money we lost. Great job, me. Great job, me. Contest winner! Trumpets sound and the crowd clamors. Competitors begin to assemble. The contest is over and someone's moment in the sun is being readied. A herald steps forward, voice booming out across the scene. After many trials, some tribulations, and above all else, some truly spirited competition, we have our final three. In third place, the gutsy guy whose name I'm not going to try to pronounce. Coming in second, Petty King Burgred. That, of course, leaves us with our victor, Petty King Dumnarth. I knew I could win. I have proven my worthiness beyond a doubt. I mean, I did not know I would win. Somehow we came out on top in that. What a great occasion indeed. I fulfilled my goal of winning a contest. I look forward to the next one. Gained a prize brooch. Ooh, romance scheme power. That does not fit me at all. That does not fit me at all. Some experience in the wit trait. That's good. That gives us +1 diplomacy. Neat. What a great occasion. And let's just finish this out. All right, that was definitely worth our time. This brooch is not exactly an appropriate thing for me, but whatever, it's fine. It's perfectly fine. I'm being raided. There was nothing I could do about it anyway, so... What are you doing? Technically, he should have had a claim on that already. Since it's... I mean, maybe he doesn't have a thing. Kind of makes me a little bit concerned that he will attack me. And I would really prefer that not to happen. Like, really prefer that not to happen. I don't want him to attack me. Ordained rulership. So what did you take, my friend? What did you take? How did you make a mess of our beautiful... Oh, you actually agreed with me that we should be working on erudition. Alright, we are aligned for now. Leader of the house, of the dynasty. Leader of the... Not my house, I'm leader of my house, but leader of the dynasty. We are aligned for now. While we remain aligned, I'm okay. I'm okay with the decisions you seem to be making. Although, really wish that I was in charge. But that's something that's going to have to happen through time. We can't just will us ourselves to be in charge. That is not how it works at all. I'm wondering if a short pilgrimage would be in order. I know we can't really afford it. So pilgrimages are super expensive. Yeah, super expensive it is. Okay, he's at war with his one vassal right now. That's, in a way, good for us. It won't be very long until we have enough piety that we can ask for money, and when we ask for money, we'll be able to develop our territory a little bit. Looking back... Yeah, he won his war. That's fine. Where are you gonna land? Who do you think you're gonna raid? Because we've been raided recently, so stay away from us, okay? We have been raided recently. It's not cool. We went over to the mainland. I almost feel like the French are in alliance with the damned Norsemen, but that can't possibly be true. That's just paranoia right there. That's just my personal paranoia that has absolutely nothing with any information that we've seen in the game. What are we going to do with our personal action? Because we should be doing something, right? Now, we could learn Anglo-Saxon. That might be good, since they're always going to be our neighbors. And eventually developing a relationship with them could help us to hybridize our culture. Speaking of culture, I do have some cultural goals here. I would like to eventually get... it's under warfare. Longbow competitions. But to do that realistically, I'm going to need to get a lot of archers, which I don't have a problem with. We can create a lot of archers. Archers are cool. Freeman's Fortune. This guy is... He is a great steward and a great diplomat, but I don't think I'll be changing my... So I should have changed this back to him once we got him out of prison, since it was always supposed to be his job. I mean, we're gonna have to do Dyfed eventually anyway. I think we'll take the money. Just put it back to 0, which is fine. Ormond is over here, but I'm not really interested in Ireland. I'm not really interested in Ireland at all. I have my focus, and I don't want to spread myself out too much from it. We now have the 250 here. I wonder how the Pope feels about us now. He will not accept. Why? I'm not already wealthy. So I could make him accept if I just spend out some of my money, which I could easily do. Oh, my wife is pregnant. Interesting. I need a little bit more money before I can buy any of the things that I want to buy. That's good. Yeah. So we're waiting a bit longer before we can ask for money from the Pope. He's a little greedy, and it's caused us a bit of problems with our circumstances. It's much harder to get him to give us the money we need. I do wonder if we did a pilgrimage. Like, what is the cheapest pilgrimage that we can plan? Obviously, we're going to Canterbury. Okay, that's fine. What is this? This is the number of people who are coming. This is the pomp level. Definitely not ceremonial. We could do humble. Keep even more of our money. The route is super safe. I think we're gonna go for appropriate. Yeah, I'm willing to spend 64. This should also help us out with our asking for money. When we ask for money, we'll end up getting more this way, and it'll push us towards having even more piety. Look at that I was right. Oh, okay. So, she has lost the child prematurely. That's too bad. You know, it's interesting that he's going on a holy pilgrimage right when he just lost a child. I think that might push him to becoming a little bit more religious, actually. I'm gonna keep that in mind, how that will affect him. Yes, I will use this wealth wisely, but I'm gonna wait till this comes through because this will save us 5%. We might as well save the 5%. Yes, we will make my son can absolutely be ambitious. We're great. That's a great idea. Journeying through Surrey, I pass by a peculiar-looking tent, splayed open with its yet more peculiar-looking occupant inside. Come in, O mighty Petty King. I can tell you have many miles to go, and I can offer you a reading of your future travels for a modest price. The strange man has piqued the interest of my entourage, but am I willing to pay for a reading? It depends on how much. 5? Come, experience the future with me. Interesting. I mean, yeah, actually, I think that's pretty cool. That's like an interesting idea. We now have a wise knight. He can join me, and our pilgrimage has begun. I am finally here, body and soul, at the great church of Canterbury. As the bishop offers me blessings, I reflect on everything that had happened for God to bring me here at this moment in time. I have walked the holy path. Pilgrim gain. All right. Let's just take this immediately. We're doing cutting cornerstones. Let's just check that out. A pilgrim puts down a votive doll before the altar, bowing her head. I see Halthier blessing her and muttering something in her ear. Holy, I manage to hear. The bishop makes a gesture. Do you also bring something to have blessed, dear king? It's interesting. I think we'll take the piety on our prize brooch. I think so. We were going to build here. I won't be able to afford, I can't afford a trade port, so we'll probably have to put that one off, but we will build the outpost. It'll make our archers stronger, and it'll give us some small amount of money, which I think is good. Not travel, we want to view the event. Get out of here. As we saunter past the stalls of the Kent market, we are approached by a small child with wide, bright eyes. She peers up at us as she exclaims, I know of a secret place where God lives. She puts on a determined face as she continues. I can show you if you want. Having studied the maps, I happen to know there is nothing on that side of Kent except hazardous wasteland. Lying doesn't suit you, child. I think I'm generous and forgiving, so this seems right. Ha, I don't think I'm interested in any of those. Interestingly enough, I'm not interested. There are things the Pope could offer me that I would be interested in, but those are not them. As I stroll around the streets of Canterbury, I stop in front of a small church. The building is comparatively bland and humble, but a small crowd of pilgrims has gathered in front of it. When I move in closer, I realize they are scratching their heads trying to make sense of the plaque next to one of the Guardian statues, written in a foreign language. This could be an opportunity to do my fellow pilgrims a service. I will translate it for you all. More piety. We are definitely collecting piety. Learn language. All right. I would like for this to succeed. Nice. We've become closer to the Anglo-Saxons, which is one of my goals. I would like to hybridize with them if I get the chance, because they have some things I could definitely use. As our time at this sacred site draws to an end, I feel reassured that while I may not have been the most pious pilgrim out there, I have proven my dedication to the Lord in more ways than one. This being my first pilgrimage, and while no pilgrimage is exactly alike, I feel confident that I am more familiar with what to expect from this type of spiritual journey in the future. Kent, it has been an honor. 300 piety, experience for pilgrim trait, armed pilgrims, tenet, and I am a determined pilgrim. All of that, very nice. Let's finish the pilgrimage and head home. Just put that on pause for a bit. So our wit gave us diplomacy there. As a pilgrim, zealot vassals like us more. We travel more safely and we get more monthly piety, which is nice. That's cool. And even more monthly piety. So we are definitely a very pious man. The question is, are we going to attempt to use that piety in order to further our goals in southern Wales? We have returned. I have undergone the journey of a holy man. My journey has been a long one, but I have finally come home again. While much remains the same, something has changed in how the priests and bishops treat me. I have undergone the journey of a holy man, and they insist it has changed something about me, whether I can see it myself or not. He does not agree. It might be possible to get him to agree. Let me think about this. Maybe I should take you and put you there. He's not very good at his job is the thing, so that may be the biggest problem. We may simply fail because he's not good enough at the job. We are now a little closer in our acceptance with the Anglo-Saxons, but still quite a long way off being able to hybridize with them. They don't really have that many things we like, although Herds is not bad. Nor is City Keepers for that much, but no. Let's continue on the path we're on. See if we can't find some kind of proof of bad action that validates us reopening our war with Southern Wales. The situation here has become very, very stable, though. There is also always Leon. Before my brother died, I intended to take Leon and give it to him at some point in time. He has no allies, but he does have a stronger military than ours. Less if we call in our allies, though. 20 popular opinion, that's useful. Wife is pregnant again. Hopefully this goes better. Although, to be perfectly honest, as a chaste man with a chaste wife, and not too interested in sex, and with a living heir, getting closer and closer to adulthood, I don't know that I am concerned that much about whether or not we have children. Yeah, none of those are happening. And we're not doing anything in Ireland, so none of those wars are interesting to us at all. Looking at our neighbor here, in Wessex, he is quite a bit stronger than us, though he has no alliances currently. Something awful would have to happen to him before there's any chance that a war against him would be successful. And my main ally here really has not recovered any of his power. He's no longer realistically my main ally. Actually, Sutherland is now my main ally. And with my brother dead, you know, I actually probably... Never mind. He grew up. Let me see. I need to find him a spouse. Someone near his own age. That's my sister-in-law. That's literally his mother. That's not his mother. It's his father's wife. It's his father's second wife is who it is. I mean, calling it his mother is a little weird. That's not true at all. It is not his mother. Let's sort these by age. 25 is the closest to him in age. I mean, there is his Breton 16-year-old. His Cornish 7-year-old. I mean, he could marry her when she grows up. That's not too long off. This is just one of my courtiers, right? Yeah, it is. There we go. That's fine. Once I take over some territory that that no one is in charge of, I mean, I don't know how long that's going to be. It's going to be quite a while before I can really do anything else up there in Wales. I mean, unless we discover or uncover some secrets. Yeah, this is... Sidwell? Alright. We now have a comely daughter. It's an interesting random draw. And we also have learned Anglic. There we go. Try again, please. Okay. So, I don't think we are related to this family. This is the king of Brittany. I think we're gonna do this. I think that's a good idea. We have no desire to control anything in Brittany except possibly taking Leon from this guy if the opportunity arises. So I think marrying our distant relative to our daughter, our distant relative's later son to our daughter is a good idea. Oh, he only has 2 sons and it is his second younger son. Interesting. Okay, let's just keep going and see what happens. Good. I have no real... ill will towards my distant cousins to the south, so we probably should keep that in mind. We're really having a difficult time with deciding what to do about this guy. We found no secrets or anything that would turn the church against him or validate us attacking him, which is too bad. We finished our lookout towers. That's good. That should definitely help our bowmen. I have money, but not a lot. I wonder how long it'll be before the Pope will give me even more of his precious money. I think it's just time now. Yeah, 2 years still. An unthinkable bargain. In a bid to solidify their own personal power, it seems King Halfdan and King Alfred have signed a devilish treaty, dividing the realm of England between them. Henceforth, areas currently under Nordic control will be subject to Danelaw, while the remaining native states are acknowledged as English territory. What brazen treachery to their countrymen is this? Alright, I mean... yuck. I think I'm going to invest this money in increasing the strength of my archers. And then we'll build more buildings the next time the head of faith gives us some money. This still is a big question for me, though. I still don't know about what we're going to do here. Dyfed is in pretty severe trouble. The Dark Cave. One of the children of your court, Beldros, has taken the scalpel of a young boy and thrown it into a nearby cave. My son was there and saw it happen. He ran into the cave and didn't come out for almost half an hour, but when he did, he had retrieved the toy, much to the annoyance of Beldros. Very brave, albeit somewhat foolish. Know that bravery is great for a kid who wants to be... yeah, it doesn't hurt. Stubborn is good, though. Even though I don't have that trait, it really feels like it lines up well with my arbitrary tendency to decide things and then stay that way forever. After seeing the death of my brother in battle, I think encouraging him to avoid danger would be more likely what I would do. So I think we're going to take stubborn instead. I think that is more correct. Wait, I am betrothed to a woman who is pregnant. Okay. That's fine. We don't need to worry about that. But this is not happening. This is not happening. No way. No. My son is not marrying some pregnant woman. We need to find him just someone better. You don't happen to have another daughter, do you? Because I would definitely marry him to a daughter who didn't get herself pregnant before getting married. Married. Let's see. Let's see what we can do here. Let's go by alliance power. 5-year-old Cumbrian girl. I'm not marrying my frickin'... Let's just turn off the Brittonic heritage. See what we can get. That's the one we just said no to. We have these Basque children. Basque is not terribly far away. One of them's a giant and one of them's a dwarf. That actually is pretty close. Rouen? I think that's better than having him marry some woman who couldn't wait until marriage to make her first child something which... Hey wait, that's the guy whose tournament I won! That is definitely the guy whose tournament I won! Interesting. That could definitely go my way. Of course, he's my ally, so it can't go my way yet. And it's an unpressed claim, which means it'll disappear when I die. That's okay, though. Nothing like a blunder claim to give you something that you need. I feel like we're just not going to find any evidence that validates us attacking Prince Howl. Dyfed is just coming apart. I'm sorry, but it takes time, guys. We'll hit you next. Heresy. Insularists in Huais. I don't get it, but if it makes them happy... Yeah, no. Insularism is an interesting faith to turn over to, but we are not doing that. No, let's not waste any more time with that. There's clearly no secrets I can use as an excuse. Which means I simply have to decide whether or not my plans are more important to me than my generous nature. It's difficult. I mean, I did arbitrarily decide that I was superiorly entitled to this land right at the beginning, but that much so? Like, if I buy a claim from him, right? I'm not sure I would do it. I'm not sure it's right. East Sex? The hell is this? Okay, I mean, I can't just go after that though, right? Because that would mean fighting King Alfred. And I'm not prepared to do that at this time. And if I was to attack King Alfred, it would be for territory that I consider to be mine, not just any territory. No, I know that you're looking for someone better to rule there, but it's not going to be me. It's not going to be me. What are the wars that it says I can do here? What does he control that I would care about? Yeah, no thanks. No. It's still the time for peace. Oh, well, no, that's interesting. I wonder if that changes the Pope's mind. It doesn't. Question isn't just does it change the Pope's mind, though. The question is, does that change mine? I mean, insularism isn't that bad a thing. It's not that bad a thing. I definitely have feelings about this. This does not feel like a good enough excuse. Does not feel like a good enough excuse. It feels close, but I'm not sure. It doesn't feel like a good enough excuse. I don't think I would go to war over them joining, like, the Irish faith. If it had been a more severe heresy, I probably could see that happening, but... What? Isn't she, like, 22? Somebody murdered my wife. I think I'm gonna end the episode there. Thank you for watching. I'm gonna have to think about this before I decide what to do about it, to be perfectly frank. I'm pretty sure somebody just murdered my wife.